Welcome to the Disneyville podcast, episode 18.
We're talking turlets today.
We're talking turlets.
We decided late last night that what we were going to film about today was going to be perhaps our favorite episode we've ever filmed, and we didn't know it at the time. But we're going to talk about bathrooms in Disney World, and you may pull back from that and think, why would I want to listen to an episode? You're going to want to listen to this episode.
You're going to want to listen. I'm up in my office this morning writing out my list, and I am cracking up. It's going to be great.
We both also came up with ideas for bathrooms for Disney. They are allowed to take these free of use, you know.
Yep.
I have some pretty good ones.
I just had a blue sky session this morning of, bathroom ideas. So this will be a very fun episode.
And I also have some interesting tidbits and factoids that I think you don't know about certain bathrooms, which is interesting. And you may think this whole episode's going to be about like the Tangled bathroom. It's not. There's so much more to Disney's bathrooms.
We asked, what is your favorite bathroom on our Instagram at Disneyville Podcast? And I would say 9 out of 10 people said the Tangled bathrooms are their favorite. We're gonna talk about it.
And we're going to talk about it.
I'm Tyler. This is Jessica.
Hi.
Welcome to the Disneyville Podcast. We are your hosts, your bathroom attendants. Feel free to tip on the way out.
That's right.
I'm
tickled pink.
This is gonna be fun.
I'm tickled brown. I'm sorry.
Good start. So this is a little bit of housekeeping. This is the last episode we're going to do for the year. We're actually taking December off of the podcast because we're doing Vlogmas, which if you don't know what Vlogmas is, that means we do a new vlog every single day throughout the month of December. So there's 31 or 30 usually, typically. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot. But during that time, I'm going to take that time off to finish the podcast room because obviously we're still in our little temporary setting here. Mm-hmm. So that'll be updated. We're going to get all that done. We're going to upgrade some of our recording equipment because we've been listening to other podcasts and we're like, ours doesn't sound quite as good as we want it to. Mm-hmm. So we're going to upgrade some of that stuff. So come the new year when we start doing new episodes, it's going to be
You're
awesome.
going to be like, what? Who are these people?
Yeah.
So different.
But I'm going to vlog the whole thing of, doing the podcast room and upgrading and stuff. So if you're interested in that behind the scenes stuff,
it's on Tyler's channel. Search Tyler Braun on YouTube. Braun. You'd be surprised. I thought Braun was kind of a common-ish last name. I am asked how to spell that, like in regular life.
Yeah.
So often. They're like, is it Bron? I'm like, is that really what you think it is?
I always spell, I think.
Or Brown. More oftenly, we're just called, like if they're reading it, people say Brown, which that I understand.
Ever since I was a kid, I always have spelled my last name. I think I heard my parents do it, so it's just a habit for me. Every time I say my
Probably
name.
because enough people.
I just spell it, and I never even think twice about it now.
Yeah. Well, so my name was, my maiden name was Murphy, and a lot of times people would say, is that Y or EY? I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No one asks, is it IE? With a heart over the I.
Okay, so we kind of broke this up a little bit.
Kind of.
We want to do... So we have best bathrooms, worst bathrooms, blue sky session, and then we'll talk about yours. Did you have any other categories?
I have like 5 other categories. This is going to be a mishmash of bathroom talk. I hope you guys are as excited as we are.
3-hour podcast about bathrooms.
But what a podcast to send you guys off on for the month of December.
For the year. Oh, this show is really getting to the toilet.
We're just going to flush it. Yeah, you beat me to it. Okay.
All right. So how many best bathrooms do you have?
I have 8, but I have things to say, and they're kind of in 2 categories, and they're not ranked.
I only have 5 best bathrooms,
Okay.
So we can kind of just go. Why don't you do 1 or 2, and then we'll kind of go back and forth.
I'm going to start with 3 that I think have the best theming. So in that respect, they are super cool, but I don't know that they're the best when it comes to like how busy they always are, that kind of thing. Okay. So for example, let's just start strong. The Tangled bathrooms. Those are the ones back in Magic Kingdom in Fantasyland area where it is just this gorgeous, basically courtyard with, the Corona sun and all kinds of stuff, Rapunzel themed. There's like wanted posters. It's a beautiful like photo area basically. Yeah. And there's the bathrooms. You look up and there's Rapunzel's tower up there. It's really beautiful. I mean, when that was built, we were very excited. We were so excited.
So here's the funny thing, though. Well, first of all, that bathroom's fine. It's always crowded, but it's fine. And they have, like you said, the frying pans on the wall. That makes me laugh. The problem, though, is it's always crowded. Mm-hmm. But here's an interesting thing I learned when I was looking this up, because I knew everyone was going to talk about the Tangled bathrooms. That's what everyone calls them, is the Tangled bathrooms. Mm-hmm. On the Disney map, on their website, did you look at this?
No.
On the Disney map, on their DisneyWorld.com, they are not called Tangled bathrooms. They are called restrooms near It's a Small World.
Oh, really?
That's what they're called. I literally took a screenshot of it. I'll have it put it up here. But I'm like, why would they not call these
Or at this point, change it. Like, obviously.
restrooms near It's a Small World? That's all. That is the technical term.
You know what else is funny about that? No one calls the movie Tangled. Everyone calls it Rapunzel. Like, every kid is like, oh, Rapunzel, as in the movie, which is called Tangled. So it's funny that we call them the Tangled restrooms.
Genevieve calls Rapunzel Tangled. Oh, it's Tangled.
Yeah.
That movie's got some nomenclature issues.
Yeah. So next up, and we haven't gone to these a ton, are the Toy Story bathrooms in Hollywood studios. Very highly themed, like very much like exactly what you would expect. Toy Story type bathroom, very colorful, all of that kind of stuff. I think they might have like crayon mosaics in the wall or something like that. Very cute. But again, same problem as Tangled. Very, very busy. I feel like any restroom where you're in a high concentration of little kid rides, like Fantasyland 2, they're going to be a little bit messier.
Yeah.
They're going to be a little bit busier.
Yeah.
And so it's just something maybe a little stinkier because of that, you know,
Yeah.
comes with the territory of little kids and
Yeah.
diapers. So that's kind of how I feel about the Toy Story ones. We usually skip over them, but the theming is really, really cool.
But you know what's funny is I can picture the outside of those so well, but I don't remember what they even look like on the inside.
Yeah, because I really think we've gone, it's usually me like taking Genevieve in, you
Yeah.
know, and so we just haven't been
Yeah,
in them.
I just don't remember. Are they themed inside or are they just, they are? Okay.
Yeah. So my last one on this, and then we'll get going into yours.
Sure.
And this is probably on your list. The Galaxy's Edge bathrooms.
Yeah.
This, first of all, they're different than any restroom. They are totally within the theme, which that makes sense the way they did Galaxy's Edge. Even the sinks, how they're kind of like in the middle and
Yeah.
different, but it's the sounds you hear while you're
Yeah.
in there going pee pee is so cool.
Yeah. That was my number 2. That was completely unintentional. That was my second place bathroom. Oh man, we got a long way to go. Okay. That was my second favorite.
Wait, I just thought of something I need.
Oh man.
We've got a long way to go, guys.
Okay.
All right, well, tell me about your number 2.
We'll get to that. I gotta get to my number 5 first. Okay. So my number 5 is Fort Wilderness, the ones next to the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review.
Yeah.
But with the exception of if Hoop-Dee-Doo's going on, if it's right after. What's funny is I even heard it, and I was like, I said something funny, but I don't even know what it was. But I don't even know what it was. Okay. But if you're going there any other time during the day, there's no one else in there. They're like a grave. Except after the show, they're just swamped. Oh man.
We're never going to get through this.
All right, go ahead.
You know why I did my makeup this way. Okay. Side note, funny side story about that. First of all, sorry, I'm getting over a chest cold. So when I laugh, it sounds so wheezy, which makes it funnier to me. Okay.
Focus.
Funny side story about that bathroom in particular is that I wonder what this sounds like to someone just listening. Okay. Funny side story about that bathroom.
I'm gonna look over here. Go ahead.
Is that my dad, we went to Hoop-Dee-Doo Review years ago, and my parents were with us. And they called on my dad to go up and do, if you've ever seen it, this part where they I think they always pick like an older man and they put him in like a really pink tutu and he's like the star of the show. It's really funny the way they do it. And they're very intentional, I think, about who they pick for that part to make it, that much funnier.
Yeah.
And they picked my dad. And my dad embraced that. He went full ham, truly unreal. But afterwards, of course, after the show, we're all going to the bathroom and stuff. And there were so many people in the bathroom with, we're all waiting in line and they're all talking about how funny that man in the tutu was. Oh, he was cracking it. And I'm like, that's my dad.
And he was like this. He was
loved
just
it.
in tears laughing at the end of it. He's just he's like, I was a tutu girl.
So happy memory with that.
I have a little bit of footage of that. I'll have to put that up just because every year on your dad's birthday, I send him a picture of him in that and I say, happy birthday. So I have the footage of that.
Incredible.
I'll have to put a little bit of that over this. Okay, so next.
It's got to be your turn. I've just been going ham. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, so one thing I was going to mention though, across the board, just a general rule of thumb, if you can avoid going to the bathroom in the parks and go in a resort, the toilet paper in the parks is so thin. It's like prosciutto. It's like that's an old Ellen DeGeneres joke. Okay. Anyway, it's sliced so thin, it's not even one ply. It's quarter ply toilet paper. But at least in the hotels and stuff, it's usually a little bit better. So just as a general rule, the resort bathrooms are a little bit better. And of course, the bathroom in your hotel room, without a doubt, is definitely the best bathroom on property, wherever you're staying. Because it's your own private little room. That's the best one on property.
My favorite thing, we're both doing our own research on this, and I ended up on a Reddit thread. And it's the funniest thing I read was they were talking about best places to go, numero dos. And everyone pretty much agreed, like, go to your own hotel room, sickos, or like, whatever. And one person said, wait, you mean to tell me, or what did they say? They were like, wait, I just fly home, do it there, and then fly back. You psychos.
That's funny.
The idea of that was just funny. Okay.
Okay. So the ones in the Pandora area are similar to the Galaxy's Edge ones, where they're very, very themed. So in the Pandora Avatar area, those are really well themed too.
Yeah.
I don't remember if they have they pipe in sounds like they do in Galaxy's Edge.
I don't know either.
But those are some other ones that
if
are
they did. Yeah.
Very highly themed.
Okay. The bathrooms in Rafiki's Planet Watch. That's a place that not a lot of people trek back there. We should definitely do this time because we have not done it in quite a while.
Yeah.
It's time. If you go back there, you take the little Wildlife Express train back there. The restrooms in there, from what I remembered a couple years ago, had really funny things about animal waste.
Oh, really?
And it was really funny. And I feel like Genevieve was even old enough. She was laughing. I read it to her and she thought it was funny. So I tried to find images of this online and I'm like, well, I guess no one's
Hopefully not.
I know, but I couldn't find anything. I'm like, wow, I thought at least someone would have posted something about them. But
that's funny. No, I don't.
It was
I don't
really
remember
cute.
that at
I
all.
hope they still have it. We'll have to update you guys.
Nice.
Because we're going here in a few weeks.
Yeah. Okay, so my next ones are the Germany Pavilion in Epcot. And I'm going to tell you why. They are always there exactly when I need them. Because not every country has them. And so I swear, we never, ever pass those bathrooms without using them. They're every time I'm like, yeah, I actually need to use the restroom. And even when I did the Walt Disney World Marathon a couple years ago, I stopped there on the way to the finish line because I had to go to the bathroom. And so they're right there when you need them.
Oh, just like a gleaming beacon. That is amazing. Yeah, those I don't think we've ever passed without one of us going. You're right.
Yeah. Porcelain powerhouse.
Okay, another one in Epcot that I feel like we use a lot, but it's one of my favorites, is the one in, I think it's called the Odyssey Center. It's where there's the baby care center around. You know what I mean? It's over, you cross that bridge, that area where there's they usually use it as the Epcot Festival Center, whatever, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not nearly as many people. And it's bigger. It's just kind of a nice break. There's some benches over there that sometimes are in the shade. And then there's also the baby care center near there, which is nice too. So it's just a good off the beaten path one that I always like. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly which ones you're talking about. So Galaxy's Edge, that was my number 2. This is my number 1 bathroom. Are we ready for that?
I have a couple more.
Okay,
I didn't actually
rank them.
But I know what my number one is.
Mine are pretty rank.
Oh my gosh. All right. Another one I really like is the one in Epcot in the United Kingdom. There's the fountain. You kind of walk around to get to the bathrooms. The bathrooms themselves, I don't think are memorable, but I think it's just so pretty that you kind of walk by this fountain. It's always, I feel like it's usually at the end of the night. We're going in there before we head to the front or to the back to go home, back to the resort. And it's always so prettily lit. I think we've also waited in those bathrooms when there was a monsoon or something.
Yeah. That. So, but they're close to the phone booths, right? Like those there.
Yeah, exactly. And then another one I really like is American Adventure. The ones to the, if you were looking at the American Adventure building to the right, those are humongous. There is never a line because there are so many stalls. That's a really good one. And it's always really nice and air conditioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a good spot. And I feel like now American Adventure, they've added a lot of seating areas throughout that whole pavilion, which is just kind of nice. So you can kind of set up a little camp and go as you need, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a very good one. That was one I think a few people mentioned in the comments as well, was the American Pavilion.
Okay.
So yeah, you are in good company. All right, so my number one, this is very specific. It is the second floor lobby bathroom at the Grand Floridian.
Wow.
It's close to it's like outside Citricos and outside of
Victoria and Albert's.
yeah, and what's the bar there? The Enchanted Rose. Most of the time, there is no one in there. It smells really good. They're always super clean. The stall doors go all the way to the floor, and they have very nice hand towels.
Wow, that really blows mine out of the water.
It is the best bathroom in all of Walt Disney World property, besides, the privacy of your own hotel room.
Yes. Okay, my number one is weird, and again, I didn't rank these previously, so I'm just letting I'm just letting this be number one, only because there's some interesting stories behind this one.
Okay.
When I asked your mom today, she's watching Felicity right now as we film this. I said, hey, we're filming this episode about Disney World bathrooms. She said, you know what my favorite one is? And it was this one. They're the bathrooms that are so unknown. And I have some more unknown ones we're going to talk about in a minute.
Into the unknown.
Right. It is when you're near Journey to the Imagination, it's around, to the right and around the corner. There's a singular bench there. No one is ever in those bathrooms. It is always air conditioned. I remember we sat on the bench and even had ice cream out there, but it was in the shade. And
so you're talking about, you're looking at the Imagination Pavilion. It's to the right?
It's around and to the right. You have to literally walk around the building and you enter it from the side.
I don't think I've ever been over there.
You have. You just don't remember. But I'll show it to you this time.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. They're so hidden. It's weird that they're even open still, but they are. And there's never anyone in there. So if you really needed privacy, that's a good one. But there's some interesting things I've heard about this bathroom. And I want to verify this on this next trip. I read on, I think it was Disney Tourist Blog. He'd said that the bathrooms are kind of untouched Epcot. So it's very you walk in and it doesn't look like a renovated bathroom. It's very much 1980s-ish Epcot. And supposedly the music still is too. It's not music they play in other bathrooms, but it's the old school Epcot music.
That is so
I don't know if that's true. We're going to verify. But the fact that it's always empty, it's kind of tucked away, and then that added to it, I'm that's pretty cool.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, the whole Imagination Pavilion area, I feel is a very
untouched.
Epcot. I mean, it's been touched, but you know what I mean.
You are not wrong. Okay. So did you have any worst bathrooms?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I only have two.
I only have two as well.
Okay.
Okay. The worst I guess I really only have one, because I mentioned the Tangled and the Toy Story bathrooms, all of those I love, and they're on the favorites because of the theming, but they are the worst when it comes to how dirty they end up being, how busy they always are. Yeah. So I was they're literally on both lists for that reason. So what's your number two? And then I'll share my number one.
So any bathrooms, and I can think of two examples at least, that are for one bathroom for two places. Let me tell you, in Hollywood Studios, I think it's ABC Commissary and Sci-Fi Diner use the same bathroom, and inevitably I walk out of the bathroom and I go into the wrong restaurant.
Yep.
Same thing in Disney Springs. I think it's Maria and Enzo's Hideaway and the Edison share a bathroom. And every single time I start to walk into the wrong place. Every time.
And it's freaky when you walk into Sci-Fi Dine-In accidentally because it's so dark. You're oh, wrong one.
So those, anytime it serves two places, I don't care for those.
Yeah. Just throws you off a little bit. Okay, my number one worst, so, is the Star Traders one in Tomorrowland. Think about it. There's anti-gravity's goodies. There's Star Traders little shop. That bathroom, there's not enough stalls. Everyone's going to that one because, you've just gotten out of the hub area and you're into Tomorrowland. You're we should probably use the restroom before we move on to Fantasyland. That one is always packed. There's not nearly enough stalls. It's always dirty and wet. If I could never go in that bathroom again, I'd be fine. There's always a line, too.
The trees outside of that one are cool, though.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I love Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
But not that bathroom.
Yeah.
Not that bathroom.
Okay, so the other one that I had is a similar thing. And I think it's the restroom that we use the most. It's the Adventureland Breezeway bathroom.
Oh, wow.
Between, was it Frontierland and, or no, is it Adventureland and, what's on the other side?
Yeah,
is it Frontierland?
Frontierland, technically.
It's in this breezeway. They're always busy. Mm-hmm. Every time I go in, there's a 1/4 inch of water on the thing. And you see them in there squeegeeing the water into the sinks. I don't know what it is about Is it tilted? What is it? Are people just going in there, going like that, washing their hands? What's going on? But it is always soaking wet. And it's really not very well themed.
But you know what? The one nice thing about that is, though, especially with kids, I feel like we're always trading off with bathroom things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's nice that it is undercover, whether it's raining or super sunny and hot. That is one thing it has going for it, which is probably why it's pretty busy too.
Yeah, but I feel like that one and the one in Germany are the two we never pass without using.
Okay, so I had one. So this is where we're getting into the territory of we just kind of did random things and then we'll share our ideas.
Okay.
I had our most used. I have two that I put on there. One of them, the Germany Pavilion one in Epcot. My other most used restroom, the ones by the Tomorrowland Terrace restaurant, which do they even call it that anymore? Where you're turning into Tomorrowland, but it's right by the Plaza Hotel.
Yeah, in between.
They're right by the Plaza
Restaurant,
yeah. We use those all the time.
Yeah.
Every
always.
single time. I feel like it's kind of crazy. Those are, to me, definitely our most used.
And then there's one more that I had on my most used, and it's the one in Animal Kingdom right by the Starbucks, by the Creature Comforts.
Oh my gosh. And that's the baby care center area too, right? Like it's all.
So we use that one. That's our go-to.
I feel like we go there, go to the bathroom and get coffee. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And then we continue on with our day. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. I have a favorite name of a restroom.
Okay.
Gonzo's Royal Flush.
Oh gosh. How did I not think of that? That is such a good one.
Well, it's a really close second to bathrooms near It's a Small World. I mean,
just so well named.
But yeah, Gonzo's Royal Flush. I mean, come on. It's
forgot
truly
about
12 out of 10 in the naming. Do you want to hear a fun factoid?
Yes.
In Disney World, the only bathrooms that have doors to enter the bathroom itself, I'm not talking stalls, the only park that has doors is Animal Kingdom. Do you know why?
So that if animals get out, they don't get into the bathrooms?
Yeah, you'd have a safe haven to go to. That's figure.
Fascinating, yeah.
And I never really
noticed.
realized, you just walk into ones, but I do always notice in Animal Kingdom that we're opening doors, but I've never, you know what I mean? You don't really put two and two together.
Yeah.
But it was noticeable when we'd go, and I'm like, why is this so annoying here? But I'm like, oh, because we don't have to do it in any of the other parks, but that's smart.
Yeah.
I mean, you hope that would never happen, but you know,
But
you never know.
Yeah, you got to have a plan in place.
Yeah.
So you said you have two unknown ones?
Yeah, two that I feel like are the most unused, unknown, even more so than the Figment one. And as we combed through the ones we're going to read in a bit that you guys submitted, no one named either of these. Let me double check. Yeah. So they are very, very unknown. I almost don't want to share them. Obviously, it's not that deep. Okay. When you exit Epcot, which direction do you go?
Left.
Mm-hmm. They have some to the right. We have never been in them. We have got to go in
I was
them.
going to say, some people mention the ones outside of Epcot, but I didn't know
I think of the ones on the left. There are ones on the right. And everyone goes to the left because the buses are that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you catch Uber and Lyft that way. But there's some on the right. So that is another goal. I love this. These are free things to do in Disney. Go try out the restrooms and rank them. But seriously, so we're going to try that. How fun.
Yeah.
It's so exciting to go to the bathroom. And then also just a quick little sidebar, Epcot, those ones to the left, which I'm assuming to the right are the same.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like they play the kind of 80s Epcot entrance music too.
It's definitely
and so every
like,
time we've gone, it's like, oh, this is awesome. You know, it's
like
usually
I'm
when we're
peeing
leaving.
in space.
And the other unknown ones, I mentioned that the ones in Tomorrowland are so busy, the ones near Star Traders and Anti-Gravities. Well, if you walk just a little bit farther deeper into Tomorrowland, there are some behind the Tomorrowland stage.
That's right.
Near where the Joffrey's kiosk is, but I think kind of behind that too, that no one goes to.
Yeah, you're right.
They're usually very clean. There's never a line. Kind of back by Space Mountain, but to the right. Like if you're looking.
You're exactly right. I forgot about those. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, that's another good one that if you see a line at the nasty bathroom, don't. Just go. Don't even look for the line. Just go to the other one. So it's another just goodie but Grady. Yeah.
All right.
I could have done a whole episode about, well, we have done a whole
I could do a whole episode about bathrooms. Okay.
We're very excited about this part.
Blue Sky Session. Mm-hmm. How many do you have?
I have 5.
Okay. I have more than that. So why don't you...
You do 2, I do 1.
No,
like that
you
kind of thing?
just go ahead and do yours. Fly
think
through
we
it.
should go back and
No,
forth.
because I want to do mine in order.
Oh, mine are not in order. So these are our ideas for bathrooms.
So, again, what's amazing is everyone's comment is the tangled bathrooms, also known as the restrooms by It's a Small World.
TM.
Those are themed, so people remember them.
Right.
And I just feel like Disney has so much good IP.
I CUP.
Didn't even think of that one.
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
IP?
No, I know, but I was saying I see you.
Oh, I know.
Never mind. Okay.
They have so much intellectual property that every bathroom on property should be themed to something. So,
Or at least more,
yeah.
right? Like,
So
you're
that's
going to
where-
have the random to the right of Epcot one that,
Right, of
you know,
course.
but
But there's a whole lot of
although
room
I would
here.
argue that is themed. Original Epcot is
Yeah.
the theme.
But we have so much opportunity here for better bathrooms. So
That's right.
I want to hear yours.
Listen, if they're going to invest in the bathrooms, let's just do the TP. I'm okay with investing in higher quality,
Yeah.
half ply at least, you know?
At least
bump
half
up the
ply.
ply. Okay, a Peter Pan one. We could have a bathroom near Peter Pan, I guess makes sense. And while you're in the bathroom, it would have to happen often because you're not in the bathroom long, but maybe like every 2 minutes, the lights would dim just a bit, not too much, not too much, but just a bit. And you'd see Tink fly around, a little light, and there'd be like the dun 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 sound.
Yeah.
And then you'd hear Peter like, over here, Tink. And then she'd fly out and the lights would go back to normal.
You could have Tinkerbell TP, like themed
Oh
TP,
my
Tinkerbell
gosh.
TP. That
Tink
would be
TP.
fun. Tink
And
TP.
there'd be signs that's like,
Tink's Tinkle
don't.
TP.
I was like, there'd be signs like, don't make it tinky.
Okay, good.
Sign by the baby care like area that just says like, is it a tinky or PP Peter Pan? Oh my gosh, there's so much.
Okay. Okay, you're next.
So that's okay. A princess one. This one's kind of a lazy one, but could be anywhere. But each stall is a different color and themed for a different princess. So again, you could almost just change out the stalls and that'd be it. But like a pink one
Yeah.
for Aurora. Maybe when you go inside, it's got a painting of Aurora on the back. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because little kids would be like, I want to go on the Jasmine one this
Oh
time.
my gosh, you're
Like,
right.
That's all.
No,
That's what
you're
I was
right.
like,
That's such a
wouldn't that
good
be
idea.
cute? Wouldn't even be that expensive, really.
Yeah.
Because then I could go deeper and be like, and then have each of the toilet papers be a certain color, but that's just crazy. All right, my next one. In Tomorrowland, when you get in line, you're on a conveyor belt and it will take you to the one that's open. So you just stand on it Jetson style and it'll move you to the open.
Like the light turns green and then
And
you
it
just
moves,
was
you
right.
stand on it and moves you in.
Now that's technology I would invest
I know, and then
in.
you have to push a button and it will like be ready to move on out. It'll open the door for you and move you to the sink that's next available. That would belong in Tomorrowland if it belonged anywhere.
You know, if we could figure this out, we could be billionaires because every stadium and every like arena in the United States would invest in that. And then we'll start going overseas and we'll just
and they could have a handicap one where like, your scooter could fit on it and be a different square.
Yeah.
And
then that one would go right to those. Yeah. This is technology.
although really
that
if
the
you're on a
world needs.
scooter, you're already able to kind of move yourself. So maybe you just don't even. No, we'll do a special square for you.
Yeah, and I think that one should like lift and float.
Okay, now I'm thinking of Aladdin one. Okay. The toilet suddenly lift up. Okay. A castle bathroom. And I mean in the castle. But you know how in Disneyland Paris, I don't think Disneyland has it. Disneyland Paris has the dragon that you can go in and see, and it's like sleeping beneath the castle, and you can go in and see it, and it's
Yeah.
really cool. If Disney World had this, or they can do it at Disneyland Paris, that's fine. It's a bathroom in there, and there's like, you can hear the dragon in the bathroom, and there's like a little like thing, a peephole where you can see the dragon sleeping in there. That's it. That's the whole thing. But that one made me happy. I was like, I want to go to a Castle Dragon bathroom. And there'd be like a knight in there that would be like, wash your hands for 20 seconds.
Just like an animatronic knight.
Okay, and my personal favorite one, a Haunted Mansion themed bathroom. First of all, for real, the fact that they haven't done one seems crazy because Haunted Mansion
yeah.
is so big, and they just launched the new movie, which
was
by the
so
way, we
good.
loved. Yeah. So here's what I wrote. Haunted Mansion with ghosts moaning over the loudspeaker.
Like Moaning
Moaning-
Myrtle.
Oh yeah, trust me. Like Moaning Myrtle.
Oh, man.
One toilet that's always out of order, okay? And there's ghostly cackles coming from it,
Yeah.
and the water in the toilet is like gurgling like it's a witch cauldron type thing.
This is amazing.
And then there's a mirror that a ghost host appears in from time to time, and you never know which mirror it's going to be. So when you're washing your hands, all of a
pops
sudden
up.
the lights go out, and one of them has the ghost host in it.
This is so brilliant. I love everything about this idea. Now I'm just mad.
Mm-hmm. And then you get a conveyor belt, and you get on the. No, I'm kidding. I think those are all doable and fun ideas. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's good.
That's all. Those are all mine.
I love the mirror thing. That's the best part of that whole idea.
That we know they have the technology. They do it on the ride. The mirror would be easier.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm just mad. They needed to do that a long time ago.
And then once an hour, the lights flick. Well, maybe not flicker, but the lights go down, and you hear the ha, and then they just sing "Where the cryptos creak and the tombstones quake," and it's just like 30 seconds of it, and then it all goes back on. You're like, I was in there during the time when they did it. Okay, now I'm done.
And then you get some toilet.
We really make these bathrooms an event, you know?
You get some toilet paper stuck to your shoe, and it says, "Some toilet paper will follow you home."
And one of the... No, I could just keep going. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
It's going to go into a whole thing where you turn into a mummy. The toilet paper wraps itself around you and you have no control. Okay.
I got mummied. Okay. So I am very excited about some of these. These are just, I think, again, if Disney wants to take these, they don't even have to pay me.
No,
I would like to see them.
Free ideas.
So I have 13.
Oh.
Would you like to hear them? I feel like I'm a
love to
late
hear
night
them.
talk show host. We came up with 13 ideas. Would you like to hear?
Back.
Okay. So we're going to have Crushes Flushes. That's in the Seas Pavilion at Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have Baymax's Bowel Movements and Bidets.
So you're just naming these.
Yeah. Then we'll come up with a theme later. You got to start with the idea. So
Wait. Read that name again for me.
Baymax's Bowel Movements and Bidets.
Sounds like a store where you buy these.
Yeah, it could be both. They could have a gift shop on the way out. Tinkerbell's Tinkle Time. These are bathrooms that
we can integrate that one with mine.
There you go. But these bathrooms are just open
For wee-wees only.
and just right before Happily Ever After. They're open for like 10 minutes before showtime because you're standing there, you got your spot, and you're like, oh no, I've been standing here for 3 hours to see Happily Ever After. Now I need to go. So they're just open for like 15 minutes before showtime.
Can it be Tinkles and Tinkies?
If
Tinkerbell's
if
Tinkles
that
and
makes you happy.
Tinkies.
We have Wally's Washroom. That one's just cute. Wally's Washroom. It could be in Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wandering Oaken's Outhouses. So that's going to be a row of outhouses in the Norway Pavilion.
What? Who would choose that? But can they have a little like thing that every once in a while it's really a screen that they get woohoo, hello family.
But it's when you're inside and
Yeah,
it looks
oh,
like he's
yeah.
looking in at you. Okay. Cruella's Crapper. This is a holiday overlay,
This was a lazy one.
but it's just a holiday overlay when they do Cruella's Hideaway during the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Okay. A couple fun ones here. We have Thumper's Thrones because Bambi is not represented at all, as far as I know in the
Poor
parks.
Bambi, yeah.
Pooh's Pooh Place.
Sounds like you
That
go
one's-
to play with
That's obviously going to be close to the Pooh, right? That one just
Tigger's
writes it.
Tinkies.
That one writes itself. We have Lightyear's Latrine. That's going to be in Toy Story Land.
They could take over the unheard of one in Tomorrowland, actually, if you wanted.
Well, but I was
Because
thinking,
Buzz is back there too.
Oh, that's true. So you could just do both. You could. So actually, this is funny because I had Lightyear's Latrine. I also had Lightyear's Loo. We could do Lightyear's Loo in one and Latrine in another.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Peter Pan's Potty Place. That's going to be. Oh, I'm sorry. Peter Pan's.
For all your peepees.
Peter Pan's Potty Palace. Obviously, that's going to be outside the ride there.
Obviously.
Okay. So here's my top three. We have Gaston's Gastrointestinal Distress Bathrooms near Gaston's Tavern.
What is wrong with you?
And that one's for emergencies only. You're gonna like
We
this.
should have started the entire podcast with this episode.
Okay, you're gonna like this one. Oogie Boogie's Blowout Bungalow. It's in every child care center, and it's just for when your kid has a blowout.
It has a complimentary free new outfit.
So that's Oogie Boogie's Blowout Bungalow. And then, of course, my number one is Donald Duck's Diarrhea Depot.
Also emergencies.
That's going to be near the Runaway Railway ride.
Wow, that Tyler, A++, extra credit for you. 18 yellow stars. I should say gold stars.
No, yellow. And 2 brown check marks. Okay.
I think we've lost half the people that are just grossed out. I'm sorry. Obviously, not every episode is like this.
Anyway, that I think is enough out of us. We are going to...
Let's talk about you guys. So, like we said, we asked on our Instagram at Disneyville Podcast what your guys' favorite bathrooms are. And you guys came through and you named some that I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. So this is so fun.
Again, so many people mentioned the Tangled bathroom. So if that's one you mentioned, there was
so many.
So we're not going to mention
guys.
those, but those, again,
but
obviously a favorite.
Yes, but I do want to mention what By01 said. The Tangled bathroom, I hate that that's the recognition this movie gets in the parks, and then Hard Eyes. Yes, that's kind of the thing. It's like, it really is, though, sad. Rapunzel/Tangled was such a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a, kind of classic princess. Well, I mean, it really is. It's crazy that there's not like something more beyond that.
Why wouldn't they do something in the Germany pavilion? Because they're obviously moving a lot of Disney characters into Epcot. That'd be an easy one, isn't it?
Yeah, like they could do. Yeah, there's a lot they could do. Yeah. I feel like the quick service in Germany needs an upgrade. Like they could do a Rapunzel's quick service or something.
Yeah. What's the name of the tavern that she goes to and they sing the song?
Oh yeah, the Ugly Duckling.
Yeah, that could be
or Snuggly Duckling, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be an easy one. Okay, Travis Turley. Any that have changing tables? Yes. So in Disney, I think almost all of them have changing tables. But I am always amazed when we're traveling or even at home. Mm-hmm. I'll go into a restroom and like ready to change the girl's diaper, and I'm like, there's not one here in the men's room, so I have to turn around and like.
Well, but then sometimes they're not in the women's either. But if you're gonna have them in both. Come on, it must not be a law that you have to have them because there are plenty of places we've been that I'm like, they literally, so we'll just have to do it in the car.
Yeah,
like you make do, but it's just fascinating. I genuinely thought it was like, if you have a bathroom, you have to have one.
At least one, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people named the Norway Pavilion bathrooms. Norway is so interesting because they have almost 2 alcoves. They have the first one that has the bathrooms and the like meet and greet for Anna and Elsa, their summer house. But then they have the main alcove that's always been there that has the restaurant, the ride, etc.
Yeah.
So the first person, Jessie Jo Hallowell, said Norway Pavilion bathrooms. Stars Wednesday said a close second are the Norway bathrooms. Again, they are spacious, usually not too busy, surprisingly. And I would agree with that. And maybe it's just that they're big enough that they never feel busy. They're, but it's in such a I feel like they're just tucked away just enough because they're in that other alcove. Yeah. If they were in the main Norway area, I think they'd be busier.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Probably perfect.
Yeah, honestly. Alexis Mercedes 5 said Epcot, Canada. It's huge. It's kind of hidden. Most people don't even see it. It's so empty. And there was another one that Ignacio Photography said the same thing. Canada Pavilion, majestic views and beautiful sprawling green grass and waterfalls. Yes.
Where's the bathroom? Are they just going in the green grass? Like they're all talking about the views. How are they seeing these views? But where is that bathroom?
My only thought is it's down where like Le Cellier is, but I don't know that we've ever used them.
Me either. I'm looking it up. Yeah, I don't know where those are. So we'll have to look for those next time.
Yeah.
That's going to drive me nuts. Okay. Case Capture said, Brown Derby bathroom in Hollywood Studios. You don't have to go into the restaurant to access, and they're so clean. A lot of bloggers named this one, but I didn't know it well enough.
No.
So we'll have to see, especially if you don't have to go into the restaurant, or maybe you like go in, but then like restaurants this way, but bathrooms are right there type thing. I feel like I can kind of picture that hallway, can't you?
That sounds vaguely familiar.
So we'll have to break it in, try it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people name that, and a lot of people said, especially in the morning before Brown Derby's even open, you can still go in there. To go to the bathroom, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
try
true.
It out. We got to make a list of these and use them next time we're there.
They're in there.
Val is the new Pax said Tangled bathrooms are obvi, but I love Columbia Harbor House because they're usually empty. There's a big stall with its own sink, which is great for potty trips with kids.
Oh, well, and I know I don't know if she's talking about it, but the second floor bathrooms we used recently, because we ate there, I think on our last trip on the second floor, those bathrooms right there are really tucked away and nice and private.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have one on the first floor too. Maybe they do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd have to go, but it's quick service. Like, I don't know that you'd had to have bought food because nobody's paying attention. Yeah. Okay. This is one that almost made my list. And it's AJ Cadmus said, the ones behind Gaston's Tavern, kind of like if you're looking at the tavern, it's kind of like to the right and back, really, because there's never anyone in there. That is a really popular one that you guys mentioned too. And it is. It's kind of like between Gaston's Tavern and where the like little shop is, straight back.
Yeah.
And again, there's some benches there. There's a little bit of shade. There's usually a lot of people just kind of like sitting back there and just taking a beat because it's, you've been in Fantasyland. It's always hot.
Those are the ones that I'm going to rename Gaston's Gastrointestinal District.
It's disgusting.
It will be for emergencies only, but it'll be nice because there won't be a line.
I was going to say, you're in Fantasyland.
I don't know how you prove if it's an emergency. Somebody checking cards at the door. How bad is this? A sleeved turtle, which that's a great name, said Animal Kingdom Lodge, main floor, back corridor to the right, first room on your right.
Yep.
Perfect. I can't picture those.
Think of where the fire is.
Right,
You go
yeah.
beyond that. We've gone in them before, and you just kind of...
They're beyond the fireplace in that hallway.
And you go
there?
around. You go down the hall like you're almost staying there, and it's right there.
Okay, because I know exactly. Oh, wait, I do remember those bathrooms. Yes. Okay, yeah, those are good. Yeah.
It's, the AC is always pumping at AKL. Stephanie ACJ said, Animal Kingdom just past the Nemo show down the hill. You kind of go... We used them last time.
Okay.
It's weird that I remember where we've been recently when it comes to the bathrooms.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking
Never busy unless it's right after a show. And even then, I think we went right after the show and it wasn't
Too
terrible.
bad, yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely a tucked away one in Animal Kingdom that
Yeah.
I feel like is not wild.
Yeah. Amanda Connor 09 said, okay, it's strange, but the bathrooms next to Soarin' are unusually pretty. I know which one she's talking about. I can't remember what they look like, though. I know we've used them because...
We're talking about inside the pavilion then.
Right, yeah. Look, if you're looking at the Soarin' sign, you kind of go...
I go in those all the time, but I don't remember what they look like.
I don't either. I'll have to pay attention next time.
Yeah. I feel like it's usually big enough, though. Like, there's not usually a line, which is nice.
That's the one I want to change into Crush's Flushes. Wait, no. That's the Seas Pavilion. Never mind. The one's in the Seas Pavilion. That's going to be Crush's Flushes.
That one really is a great one. Like, I could see Disney actually using that because it's not Gashuan. Okay, Mike Descano said the bathrooms behind Pirates because they're kind of hidden and normally not busy. So it's kind of almost, I would view it as like to the side, kind of, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And that, like, it's got like a little hallway to get back to them.
Yeah. I think we've only used those like once. So, and all the times we've been there, we've barely used them. So I feel like they really are pretty hidden away.
Yeah.
Like to the right of the gift shop, wouldn't you say, if you were looking at the gift shop?
Yes, to the right. Yep. Megs times 2 says the Yacht Club lobby. That's the one I'm pretty sure they have the little kids area where, like, if you're in the lobby on the left-hand side past the check-in desk, they have the little kids area with like a movie
TV,
playing, and then right beyond that is the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Those are nice. And again, no one's ever in there.
Yeah, we'll be staying near there soon, so maybe we'll use those. Speaking of hotels, Libby Jean 96 said, the Riviera lobby bathrooms are probs my fave, and I've never even stayed there. I'm trying to picture the lobby bathrooms, but I can imagine they're beautiful because all of the Riviera is like truly maybe my favorite resort. It's hard to decide, but it's up there. The other bathrooms at the Riviera, if you are outside, there's like when you're walking by the quiet pool and you're like maybe heading towards the quick service, Primo Piatto, there's this little alcove of a bathroom and those are so nice. No one's ever in them, especially if you have like a kid. Like those are lovely. I love those restrooms. Like you could go in and change from the pool in there if you needed.
Yeah, I was going to say Arlena said the same thing. Arlena from People Mover Travel, one of the agents, she said Riviera lobby is the best restrooms.
That is awesome. Okay, see, Libby Di Giovanni said the ones behind Figment, usually pretty empty and 80s Epcot vibes. Yes, I totally agree. And then one that got Lexi Lou 7 said Grand Flow, second floor, barely used and beautiful. That's yours. We all get it. The Disney duo said, Rose and Crown's bathroom is always clean and nice. Grab a pint and pee.
I like that.
There you go. I love it. I can't picture that bathroom, though, either.
Is it the one on the right-hand side when you first walk in? Is it over there? Or is that where the little piano is?
I don't know. Are they talking about the ones across? They're probably not. They would be talking about one in or near Rose and Crown versus across.
Inside, yeah. I would assume so.
Well,
are they, maybe it's like around the bar? Like you walk in and it's like back and then...
Yeah.
Around the corner.
That could be. That's enough bathroom talk, okay? You sickos.
Your potty mouth.
That's right. So I think the last episode or two, we forgot to read a review from you guys. So we're like moving into this space and I feel like our minds aren't there, but now we're feeling a little more settled. So this review for our podcast is from Snooky01 and it says, so happy I could cry, 5 stars. That's so nice. My favorite part of Jessica and Tyler's travel channel was their convos on Disney and their random dialogue throughout the videos. And I was always like, I could literally listen to them talk for hours. Well, the Disney gods smile upon me because now I can. Loving every single one of these. And I literally find myself commenting, nodding, and smiling along while listening. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Perfect for the Disney adult and all of us. That was so nice. Thank you so much. Well, we could talk for hours for sure, but at some point we have to cut ourselves off.
I think we're going to have to lose half of our viewers, though, after this episode.
I know. I was like, maybe we shouldn't put this episode up. And I'm like, hopefully you guys are with us. I hope we didn't gross anyone out. I don't know. I mean,
think
it's all natural. Like
if you're grossed out, you probably wouldn't have clicked on this episode. So anyway, all right. Well, so like I said, we will be gone until early next year. But if you want to see all the remodels here, be sure and follow on Tyler Braun's YouTube channel.
And we'll have some fresh Disney vlogs as well from the trip we're going to be going on here in a week or two after Vlogmas as well in January.
Yep.
So we've got a lot of fun Disney content coming up.
And then we'll have Disneyland coming up after that. There's a lot of fun Disney videos.
Yes, we're very excited.
Yeah.
Anyway, we love you guys. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. It's like you usually say bye. Bye.